Hey fam, Happy New Year. How y'all doing today? My name is Franklin and welcome to Orgaysis. Today we're playing Minotaur Hotel and what happened last time? Last time did we pick a thingy? Oh, last time we found the Minotaur and I guess do we have questions for him? Let's see. You are the hotel's keeper? Actual question. You are a prisoner, but you are also the hotel's keeper? Oh, you got the eye and stuff. Ooh, girl. Okay, I remember this. Okay, different vibe, different vibe. His eye narrows and ear droops. Yes, I was sentenced by the gods to spend eternity here. I did not fight my killer, and for such meekness I was condemned. The gods made this land, which they called the Labyrinth, to house me in my damnation. The master is meant to be my torturer, and to that end is given control over the land. But there was a master who believed the labyrinth could turn into a soothing place, and that I could tend to it. So by his will, I became the keeper. Ooh, okay, work. And by the god's ancient command, the labyrinth attracts those who are lost and have nowhere to go. They became our treasured guests. Go ahead. I mean, you're still going through it right now, but like, go ahead. I like that concept. He closes his eye for a moment, lost in a daydream. What about your life before you came here? What was it like? Master Jean Marie or Jean Marie told me it became a matter of legends. I was born from a queen who had an illicit affair with the white bull of the sea god Poseidon. Okay. I was raised in the court of King Minos in Crete. He took me as his son, even if I was much worse than a bastard. But eventually, my sister demanded that I be sent away. Okay, sis, screw you. Minding my own business. Father Minos acquiesced. Mother spoke out. So they shipped me off to my first labyrinth alone, with just an axe for company. I stayed there for years, until one day the warrior Theseus came for my head in rebellion against father's reign. He was prepped to fight me, but I had nothing to live for. So instead, he provided me with mercy. As you can see, the previous owner attempted the very same, but I cannot die. Not this time. I only lost some flesh. And the hotel's guest. His eye flickers madly. You asked all your questions. Another comes to mind now. What's your name? What's your name? He hesitates before answering. His burning eyes shifts ever so lightly. Goodness. Oh, you are shifting. I saw that. Unless I'm blind. I am blind legally, so I don't know. The master holds the right to pick my name, but if it is your wish to know, the one I was given at birth was Asterion. Asterion the Minotaur, adopted son to King Minos of Crete. Asterion looks up to you as he speaks. Perhaps in the distant past, those words, adopted son to King Minos of Crete, brimmed with pride. Okay. But today they drip with the nostalgia of hope of a man who, for the first time in decades, utters his own name. Look at your elevators doing the thing. For a split second, he his remaining eye reflects a strand of light from outside. He realizes then how tired, thirsty, and hungry he is. But it doesn't matter. After all, he cannot die. As a servant, his duty takes precedence. The Minotaur readjusts to a kneeling position. The crackling of his kneecaps bounces off the cold room's walls. Whew. He bows his head to you. The bond between jailer and prisoner is born from the deed. while that between master and servant is willfully chosen. Will master hear my oath of servitude? Excuse me, y'all. You raise an eyebrow at the skeletal Minotaur's gesture. You cannot muster a response. In your silence, the Minotaur glances up to you. He starts shaking, barely able to hold his hands together. His lips tremble in anticipation. Master, the labyrinth was designed to torture me. The Minotaur's voice cracks. For the first time, you notice a tail thrashing behind him. The oath of servitude is what keeps it at bay. Please, Master, allow me to recite it and take me into your service. You can only nod in response. With your authorization, he is able to proceed. After a minute to bring himself together again. This is just scary, yo. By the provisions under the statute of Joseph the Merciful, the prisoner Asterion pledges loyalty and servitude to the labyrinth's master. The prisoner is made keeper of the hotel above the valley and is bequeathed the power to realize the master's will. The master in turn binds the labyrinth, forbidding its malicious entities from leaving said valley. The realm, the realm was engineered to torture the prisoner, and indeed its mission shall be accomplished. The prisoner will carry the burden of servitude, but shall not suffer the labyrinth's wrath within the hotel's territory. What the hell be going on in this labyrinth? Like he has to be essentially a slave in order for I guess the house to not what physically attack him and send monsters and shit at him. Like what is happening? The prisoner, shielded by his master's will, is made safe as long as his duty is fulfilled under the terms of the statute. Like I'm gonna need a different part of the game that goes back in the past and shows us what's going on. Because I'm just like you, oh, they got spirits and shit coming after you, Asterion. Asterion dares not look up to you. Once he finishes his oath, his silence is broken only by the drops of sweat dripping from his trembling face. This is a lot of information to take at once, to take in at once. If you want anything from me, you'll have to explain things a little better. For starters, gods? Are you telling me gods are real? Yes, pardon me, I failed to consider the times. The gods, they are, or perhaps were, quite real. I cannot know for sure the specifics, but they seem to have disappeared. Back in my time, they were quite present among the lives of men, and more often than not, mortals were worse off for it. Because they patty. Anyway, imagine a story I was like, they patty ass bitches. He just salty about it. I don't know how long I've been here, nor what changed since then. But from the stories I heard, it seemed that most traces of the supernatural had vanished from the world of the living. Does that answer Master's question? Not completely. Were the what were the gods like? Patty. I thought I saw the word petty too. they it was rare for mortals to know them personally. I'm so sorry, honey. You shaking and trembling. But the consequences of infuriating them were plain to see. The Pantheon was respected, but above all feared. They were not merciful. All the hugs, honey. You can see for yourself. They sentenced me here. This is a lot to take in, if I'm being honest. That Greek gods are real, or at least were, is kind of life changing. All other gods are real too. Are all are all other gods real too? All others? I don't know. I believe many of them were, yes, but I can't know for sure as I do regarding the gods from my time. Were there other Minotaurs? No, I was the only one. Oh, okay, let's roll back. That's time, y'all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to know so much more. I want to understand so much about this. I just want to get this man to hug. He is trembling, and I'm just like, he's a decrepit ass dude, and I'm just like, you ain't feeding this man? Like, what is happening? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I upload the minutes that I do. Next time, we're still gonna be having this conversation in this dank ass little room in the cold and not giving this man any type of sustenance. Like, I'm just ooh. Anyway, I believe that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys in the next video.